For this video, I'm gonna paint this cookie which I took a picture of just a few minutes ago. I think I'm gonna do this one because it has more balance and composition in it. This is the cookie that I'm telling you about. Yeah, so now let's start painting. First I'm gonna get my gouache. I'm not gonna use all the colors. I think I'm gonna use a lot of yellows and brown and red. This one is I forgot what the name of this color is. Kinda ochre, yellowish, brownish, and then another one, yellow, a brighter yellow. I'm just gonna get a pea size of each color because I'm not gonna paint a huge drawing. So, and then a dark brown. So let's get the pea size amount of that. And a blue to have a contrast. No, I mean to have a complementary color. And maybe a little bit of red. There you go. And lastly, let's get some white paint. So these are all the colors that I'm going to use for this paint. Let's get the tubes out of the way and let's begin. So I'm starting off with a bigger brush, wetting it and dipping it in yellow and a mix of brown. I want it to be fainter. This is how I usually do it when I paint digitally. So this time I'm not gonna do line art or do the lines first and then paint over next. No, for this I want to try to do how I do it digitally. So I use yellow paint to paint the individual biscuits. And I want to do it lightly. I don't want to be too dark so I can correct my mistakes later. So this is more like smudging. Most important is in this stage is the bigger shapes. I want to get the bigger shapes first of the composition. So, and you may notice I'm using the sharper edge of the brush to paint some lines. But it's not too dark, so I can still amend it later if I want to change something. Now I'm gonna do the bigger, more closer biscuit. So it has an oval shape, but my fingers are holding the biscuit, so I'm gonna block out the biscuit first using the same yellowish brownish mix. Now, using a smaller round-shaped brush, I'm gonna paint the chocolate filling inside the cookies. Let's paint the filling of the foreground cookie. And the typeface Monaco, which is in the packaging of the cookie, which I assume is the name of the cookie. Sorry, I didn't realize my hands are blocking the painting. So now painting the paper liners thingy. I don't know what it's called. It has folded lines around it, so we have to follow the perspective here, which isn't really too hard since we have a photo to guide us. Now I'm switching to a flat brush to paint the shadows of the packaging. So I'm using a blue color, but I added a little bit of yellow so that it's still harmonious with the other existing colors. So I'm coloring the package on the side, which is the shadowed area. Painting the ambient occlusions or the occlusion shadow. It's the darker shadow in the painting, and it's where two objects touch so no light can come through. So in digital art, you should use this in your painting to make it look more realistic. Now I'm doing it here in this painting, and I know it's far from realistic, but hey, we're still learning. And then switching to a slightly smaller round brush to block out some details in the packaging. Okay, so I've blocked out most of the important shapes and even added a few details. I will start inking this using my Sailor Fude fountain pen, and as of now I'm still practicing to control how to use this fountain pen or fountain pens in general. Sailor Fude has a very unique shape. Its tip or nib is tilted like 45 degrees or more, and this is what makes it capable of doing different weighted strokes, and it will depend on how you use it, like what angle you draw it with. So some people use a tiny fine brush to do the lines, some don't, and some don't do it at all. It's up to you actually. I might learn to do that someday, but for now this is my comfort my painting. Like, it binds my paintings together, if that makes sense. So that's why I like drawing lines on them. Now, this is the most challenging part of this session. It's drawing hands. Well, I'm not really too concerned about it anatomically. I just wanted to make it look like they are actual hands or fingers. The most important for me is the impression of having hands. Did I say it correctly? You know what I mean. And again, I'm so sorry if my hands are blocking the painting. Maybe next time, if there's a next time, I might change the angle of the camera. Maybe top view. I don't know, we'll see. No, I touched some of the dark parts of the cookie. So it's important to be selective of what parts and how much you want your paintings to have. How much dark parts you want your paintings to have, I mean. Because the darkest parts of your paintings will be considered the most important part. You know, because I mean, like, the viewer's eyes will be drawn to that part. So yeah, so if you're doing serious paintings, you can think of that more. If not, then just chill and have some fun. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Naon ba itong tagal?
I'm retouching the paint with another layer of yellow and brown mix of paint, and I also added a little bit of red to have that subtle burnt look on the sides. Notice that I'm smudging the paint. I'm doing that because I just discovered that it produces a different kind of texture. The cookie is definitely not smooth, so I like that there's a variation in the texture. I'm saying textures a lot. I'm just going back and forth, touching up colors, adding more layers. pieces. Since most of the elements are white or close to white, I want a colored contrasting background. The blue here is a little bit too saturated for my taste, but I don't know, I just stuck with it. Here's my current desk situation. I'm being managed by my chunky art director here. And this is the final artwork. Individually, it looks just okay, but together with the other drawings side by side and with some writings, I think it looks cute. 100% of the time, I don't like my traditional drawings, to be honest. But when I look at them in groups or when I compile it with the other drawings, I don't know, it makes me happy. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to do more of this. And if this flops, then I'll just stick to good old vlogging. Lol, bye!